Tower defenses. They are the one genre I absolutely love making, but often dislike playing. The line between a masterpiece and a terrible tower defense is incredibly thin. Sometimes it comes down to tiny details, but today, we are talking about the massive, foundational problems that completely break the fun. First up, the progression paradox. Balancing progression is easily the biggest nightmare a developer faces. It can make or break the entire flow of the game. Think about it. If a game takes 10 hours of grinding just to unlock the one tower you need to beat a level you're stuck on, you get burnt out. You quit. But making progression too easy is just as bad. Players value their time, sure, but they also value earning their victories. If you can unlock a late-game, overpowered tower in just 2 11-minute matches, what's the point? The satisfaction vanishes. This leaves developers stuck in a brutal trap. Make it too slow, and your game feels daunting. Make it too fast, and your game feels incomplete. But let's say you actually nail the progression. The pacing feels great, and the player is locked in. That brings us to problem number 2, the phantom difficulty spike. Picture this. You've spent 20 minutes carefully crafting the perfect defense. Your placement is efficient, your economy is booming, and you're feeling like a tactical genius. Then, Wave 24 hits. Out of nowhere, the game spawns a swarm of hyper-fast stealth units that completely ignore your heavy artillery, bypass your choke points, and sprint straight into your base. Game over. You didn't lose because your strategy was bad. You lost because the game pulled a fast one on you. Random, untelegraphed difficulty spikes don't make a game hard, they make it cheap. When a player loses a 20-minute match because of a mechanic they couldn't possibly predict, they don't hit retry. They hit Alt F4. So, how do we fix this? As a developer, the solution isn't to make the game easier. It's to give the player actionable intelligence. In my game, I'm tackling this by implementing a clear, upcoming wave forecast. Before a wave starts, you shouldn't just see a generic number. You should see exactly what's coming down the pipe, like a warning icon saying fast stealth units incoming. This changes the entire dynamic. Now, the game isn't testing if you can read the developer's mind. It's testing your ability to adapt. If you see stealth units are coming, and you choose not to build a detector tower, that's on you. When a player loses but says, I see what I did wrong, I should have placed a freeze tower there, you've succeeded. You've turned a frustrating rage quit moment into a puzzle they are desperate to solve. That brings us to the final major fun killer, and it's a trap that almost every solo developer, including myself, has to fight against constantly: unnecessary mechanics. There is a dangerous myth in game design that more features always mean a better game. In tower defense, this usually looks like bloat. You'll see games that throw in a random crafting system for tower parts, or a complex weather mechanic that shifts wind directions, or a sprawling talent tree with 50 nodes that only give you a plus 2% damage increase. If a mechanic doesn't actively force the player to make an interesting decision, it's just noise. When you clutter a tower defense game with unnecessary systems, 2 things happen. First, you overwhelm new players with a wall of text and menus before they even place their first tower. Second, you dilute the core strategic loop. Players spend less time analyzing the map and more time micromanaging menus. It converts a smooth, satisfying strategy game into a spreadsheet simulator. How do we fix this? Elegant minimalism. When designing my game, I try to follow a strict rule. Every mechanic must serve a dual purpose, or it gets cut. Instead of adding 5 different sub-menus for upgrading stats, I focus on maximizing the impact of the towers themselves. If a tower shoots fire, it shouldn't just deal damage over time. Maybe it also melts ice armor or lights up stealth units. By making a few core mechanics do a lot of heavy lifting, the game stays incredibly easy to pick up, but brutally deep to master. You don't need 100 moving parts to make a great tower defense. You just need 5 or 6 parts that interact perfectly. Balancing progression, fixing difficulty spikes, and cutting out the bloat, these are exactly the challenges I'm trying to solve right now with my own project, Archway Defense. The game is currently in the early concept stage. Right now, I'm deep in the trenches designing the core towers, mapping out enemy behaviors, and making sure those invisible mechanics we talked about actually feel right. Over the next few episodes of this series, I'll be taking you behind the scenes of development so you can see exactly how a tower defense game goes from a messy spreadsheet to a fully playable game. If you love the genre and want to see how Archway Defense comes together, Hit that subscribe button and follow along. Let me know in the comments what kind of tower you think is a must-have for a game like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.